does it brings you into your attributes. Let's say I want to put an extended style on this cabinet. What I can do here is I can simply click on my modifications. I can go into, I don't know what the nomenclature is, so I'm going to put in style. I can actually change this extended style. Let's go to an extended style right. Let me find it here. There's the left. The right is right there. I believe that's the right one. If I double click on here, what it does, it brings me into the spec book page of the modification, so I can always see which modification it is. Once I get the modification I want, I simply click on add. What this allows me to do is it allows me to change the size of this extended style. Now I can click on OK here. If I want to see what it looks like, I simply double click here. It actually draws that extended style on the cabinet. So you can see it's very easy to see how it draws that extended style on the cabinet. As soon as I click OK here, it actually draws it on the design. So you can see it's a very detailed program. The other thing it does, it underlines this cabinet telling me there's an extended style on this cabinet. I'm going to go ahead and double click on that again, and let's remove that modification. Other things you can do here is I have the ability to move the knobs on cabinets. So this is brand new to ProKitchen as well. If I click on a cabinet here, I can actually move that knob to the top, the center, or the bottom. If it was on a door, I'd actually have the ability to move it to the left or right. So you could actually put a knob right in the middle of a door if you wanted to. Or I can tell it that I don't want to have a knob on there. You can take the knobs out. So again, that's very easy to do. So I'm going to click on OK here, and it's going to go back to that. So you can see that there's a lot of things you can do with the modifications. With each manufacturer, obviously modifications work out a little differently, but in every cabinet line, the modifications are cabinet specific, except for in Showplace. Showplace has every modification available. That's just how the manufacturers wanted it, so we went ahead and did it that way. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish this kitchen out. I'm going to go ahead and put a 2 SRB. That's not what it is. It's an SRB 36. We're going to go ahead and put a 36-inch sink base in here. I'm going to go ahead and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put a dishwasher in the space right here. So I'm going to come in here, click on my dishwasher button here, or my appliance button here. I'm going to go into my dishwashers. Again, I can double click on here and I can actually see what that dishwasher looks like. Whatever dishwasher I have. Just simply double click and it shows me the different dishwashers we have. So I'm going to go ahead and use the drawer dishwasher. I'm going to go ahead and do a base 15 right here. So we'll go ahead and do it right. I'm going to go ahead and do a base 39. I'm going to do a base 21. Now on the wall cabinets here, I'm going to do a corner wall cabinet, but let's say I don't know what the wall corner cabinet is. So I'm going to come here and find the corner cabinet here, and go into my corner cabinets. You can see it's just that quick to grab a corner cabinet. So I'll use the square corner cabinet there. I'm going to come in here and use it's a W3042. Grab that, and we're going to go ahead and do a high-low design. I'm going to do a W1836. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in the design there. Now if you look at this, if you look at my elevation view, you'll see that it actually places that offset at the top rather than the bottom. So again, very easy to do. Now in the first part of the design, we mentioned that we were going to place moldings into this design. By the click of this button right here, I can place those moldings in. I click here. It actually places the moldings on the top and the bottom of the cabinets as we specified. Now in our program, it is very easy to place moldings. What I can do here is I can go down to my moldings. So we'll go ahead and go down here to moldings. Go to my top moldings here, and I'm going to go ahead and place in, actually we're going to use this molding right here. I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop this over to the design. In a lot of programs you have to click right on top of the molding to get the molding to stack. In ours you don't have to. I can simply click it out to the design right here. It places that molding right on the design. Now if you notice it did these two cabinets because they're the same height, but this one's not. So I can simply drag and drop this out to here, and drag and drop this out to here. So again, you can see it's very easy to place moldings. Now we're going to go ahead and insert a piece of molding into this molding right here. To do that, I'm going to go ahead and use my insert moldings here. We're going to use this dental molding, and I'm going to simply drag and drop it out to the cabinet again. And what this is going to ask me is, where do I want this molding? Do I want it on the grape or on the CCM? I'm going to choose the CCM, and what that does, it inserts that molding right into the other molding. So again, very easy to place moldings into the design. Now what I can do also is I can come back here and I can grab, let's grab this molding here. I can actually drag that onto the molding. I can drag, let's go into something like a cove molding. Drag this up onto the design, and then I can put something like this on the design. What I did, every time I dragged it out there, it actually stacked those moldings in there exactly how I told it to stack it in there. So you can see it's very easy to stack moldings. It's going to actually count these moldings for you as well. So you can see that's fairly easy to do. Countertops are just as difficult to do. All you do with countertops is you click on this countertop button right here. What this does, it adds in the countertop to the design. Now our countertops are actually fairly simple to edit. I'm just going to do a very quick little edit here. I'm going to go ahead and click on my countertop, right click on the countertop, choose edit. And I can actually right click on this line here and I can do a radius end on this. It gives me the distance I'm doing that radius end. So I can do a radius end like that. I could actually come in here and add a point. Like let's add a point right here. And I'll add another point right here. I can actually grab this point and move this out. And it gives me dimensions as I'm doing it. So I can just move it out like that. So I can create a very unique shaped countertop on here. As soon as I'm done with that, I can click here and it creates that countertop on the design. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place a sink into the design. I can click on my sink button here, my plumbing button here. Go into my kitchen fixtures here, go into kitchen sinks, and I have several under counter sinks, as you can see here. We've added in a lot of plumbing fixtures. For those of you who have used the design, you've seen that we've had the lack of plumbing fixtures. We've actually added a lot of them in. We also have a complete line of bath fixtures, everything from towel bars to things like that, to different types of lavatories. We have everything from all the self-rimming lavs to the vessel sinks, different types of vessel sinks. We have showers. Go ahead and double click on this. We have a complete shower stall, as well as one-piece showers and different types of shower, things like that. So we have a lot of different things in here that we've added into the program. So very easy to use. But I'm going to go ahead and use my kitchen sink here. I'm going to go ahead and use, this is one of my favorite ones here. I'm going to place this in the design. Place it in like this, and what I can do is right click to bring it out and then just kind of place it where I want it. Now what we can do here is also with our sinks, you'll notice on here it does not come with a faucet. That's done purposely because I may want to take this faucet here and grab this one here, and I may want to place it to one side. So I can actually place the faucet out in the middle of the design. What it does, it allows me to float this faucet wherever I want to put it. So I can actually float it here, or if I may want to put that on one side of the design. I can actually place that on one side of the design. I could also center this if I wanted to. I come in here, choose the faucet, choose center, click on the sink, and it centers that in the middle of the sink. So you can see it's fairly simple to do. You'll want to kind of play with that a little bit more. The next thing I'm going to do is, let's say we're done with the design, and we want to go see what we put in the design. We can actually click on the bill of materials list here, and this shows me every cabinet that I have in the bill of materials in the order I put it in. What I can do here is I can actually move this cabinet up in my bill of materials if I wanted to. By clicking on this button right here, I can actually move those cabinets around like this. The other thing I can do here is, this is all my plan items. These are all the items I have in the design. Just like I do here, if I double click on this screen here, it brings me into the cabinet I have here. What I can do now is I can do the same thing here. I can click on this cabinet here. It allows me to do the same type of modification. So if I want to finish ends or anything like that, using my list rather than use my floor plan, I can do that. The other thing it does is we have non-plan items. Non-plan items are those items that are in the design but not necessarily in the floor plan view. You want them in the price, such as extra moldings. What I can do is I can bring the molding up to here. I can double click on it, and I can change the quantity of my molding here. Click OK, it actually adds 4 moldings in this design. You can also do the same thing. Let's say I want to just throw a cabinet in here for some reason. I want to put this cabinet up into here. I'm just going to grab a couple cabinets. Cabinet up into here. I can actually add these cabinets into the design without putting them into the price without putting them into the design. A new thing we have is we have this thing called additional products. This is where you'd put in items such as, let's say, go to show place here, and we have a special item that we want to put into show place. I can add in